Alright guys, this is going to be my last video for the day. I don't want to overdo it. But right here I got one of my favorite belts. Very, very big belt. This belt doesn't have that much lineage, though some people will argue with me that it connects to the other lineage, the older company that shut down in 2001. That's a huge guess, but not really. This belt only lasted 1 year, and this is from WWE. And sadly, even though as beautiful as this belt is, it has a lot of hatred for the fact that it didn't have the right champions. It replaced a design which, in my opinion, is one of the best designs in belt history. And the lineage is, well, let's just say, not really all that good, except for only two exceptions, and that's Tommy Dreamer and Christian. The ECW 2008 World Heavyweight Championship. This is a very beautiful belt, one of the best designs I've ever seen. The only thing that, the only hatred that's toward this belt is that it's silver. But I honestly do not hate this belt at all. I thought it was kind of strange when they replaced the graffiti style ECW championship with this, because I love that design personally. That belt was just awesome, especially the classic. I got the classic with me, and I'm gonna do a video about that when I get a chance. But right now, I just want to review this one. This is, of course, an adult size. Sorry, guys. This is an adult size, so you would think I would say this belt's 2 millimeter thick plates, but it's actually 4. And actually, it's double tier, so I don't know. It could be around 8, maybe not, or 10. I didn't measure it. Sorry about that. Don't quote me on that, guys. But for an adult size, to have 4 millimeter plates on a belt, not bad. Though I believe the side plates might be a little bit over 2. They're beautiful though, but the thing is, the detail on this belt is awesome. If you was thinking about getting this belt, I highly recommend it, because even though for an adult size, the detail is fantastic. Let me see if I could get you some detail on the side plate. Light's not all that good, but you can see right here, this is actually, this is like another plate on top of this one, I believe. The etching on the logo is nice. But this, man, the bird, the ECW, look at that. See that? Awesome. As you can see there, these are raised a little bit as well. Not bad. I mean, come on, this belt received a lot of hatred, but this belt's actually beautiful. I mean, if you check out Sorcy's video, you see what I'm talking about. He's actually the reason I got this belt. I had the commemorative before, which has the same etching, but, like I said before, commemoratives, they're okay. It's just, there's not a lot of weight to them. There's hardly nothing. You feel like you're holding a toy in your hand. If you want to feel like you're holding a real championship, a commemorative just doesn't cut it. I mean, commemorative, let's be honest, all a commemorative belt does is just inspires you to want to get the adult. So basically, you're just wasting your money getting a commemorative. For a child, it's fine. For somebody with a bad back who wants to have a belt, awesome. For somebody who has to actually have the real weight and feel of the belt, you got to go for, well, to be honest, you got lucky an adult size ECW like this has 4 millimeter plates on it, or that you go for an ultra. Even an adult size is not bad weight, honestly. The first adult size belt I had was the ECW Television Championship, and that was heavy as hell when I first picked it up. You get used to it after a while. Okay, but let's take a look at this thing. You got the WWE symbol right here, the logo plate. I don't think they're ever going to change that. World Wrestling Entertainment, which is possibly the only complaint I have about this belt. I mean, seriously, if you got the WWE logo right there, why do you have to have a banner saying World Wrestling Entertainment, even though it looks nice? The World Heavyweight Championship just has the WWE logo. It doesn't say World Wrestling Entertainment. I know this is because it says ECW, and they want to say that ECW is owned by World Wrestling Entertainment, but the logo is just fine. To be honest. Nope. Camera's going out of focus a little bit. There we go. Sorry about that. But let's be honest. That's the only complaint I have with this belt. I think this belt would have looked way better if they just, let's just say they cut off the entertainment, and this belt would easily just said ECW World Wrestling Champion. Or They could have just taken off Wrestling Entertainment, put heavyweight, and put ECW World Heavyweight Champion. This belt would have looked nice, right? Seriously, because this is saying this is the ECW Championship. I mean, everybody knows WWE owns it. Come on, you got the WWE logo on the top. How can you miss that? Mm-hmm. Seriously, but very nice though. Very beautiful belt. Like I said, the lineage is not much. This belt only lasted 1 year. There are a lot of people that like the 2007 edition with the red lettering. I do as well because it's the same belt as the Classic and the Taz, just different colors. It's one of the most beautiful belt designs I've ever seen. And there are some people arguing with me and says that this connects to the original ECW lineage with which means like if WWE ever comes out with a history of the ECW Championship DVD, I bet you this belt, or rather this championship, which people are calling WWECW, will be showcased on it, and it probably will. I wouldn't mind seeing that box set if they put a lot of the original ECW Championship matches on it. Nice long strap, WCW style. I wouldn't mind that, honestly. My favorite champion to hold this belt was Christian. He busted his ass holding this title. So the reason why ECW stayed around as long as it did. If he didn't do all that, I bet you would have shut down earlier. And Tommy Dreamer, he wasn't a bad champion holding this belt. It's just, I don't know, if he would have just stayed longer with the original championship, he would have had a better reign. I don't think he was happy holding this belt. He didn't feel this was the ECW championship. He was happy when he won it, but it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right at all. It's too bad this belt doesn't exist anymore. It's one of the most beautiful belts. This has nice etching here. This is engraved right here too. Let me see if I can get you that thing right here. As you can see, very nice. Very nice detail to this belt. Yeah, Tommy Dreamer was not happy holding this belt. He didn't have to leave the WWE. He chose to. And now he went to TNA, in which I just found out he's done with TNA. They used EV2, the original ECW people, dissed them after a while, which, in my opinion, was the biggest mistake because, let's face it, EV2 made TNA exciting, especially with that Hardcore Justice pay-per-view. They should have stuck around. They should have left them around. Honestly, ECW never failed, where WCW did fail. ECW, the only reason they shut down was because of money issues. If it wasn't because of that, they'd still be here. Honestly, I would have loved to see that. Instead, in order for me to watch great wrestling action, you find me watching AAA wrestling, which is wrestling in Mexico, because that's where the real high flyers are at. All in all, I love this belt. And the strap is not bad either. The strap is actually pretty good. Let me see if we capture this. As you can see. Yeah, and this belt is heavy. Even though I'm used to the weight, though, it is a little heavy me trying to hold like this, but you can see not bad. The strap is kind of flexible. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. You can bend it like this, and even though it just kind of stays a little curved up a little bit, as you can see right there. You see? Even though it still kind of stays like curved like this, not bad. Not bad. They actually made the strap pretty good for this belt. You see, Figure Inc. is starting to make some improvements, even though this belt came out in 2008 and we're in 2011. I don't know about the new Tag Team Championship belts. I heard that the etching on that, and if you see Sorcy's new video, you'll see that the etching on those new Tag Team belts are awesome. It's just for some reason I just don't like the design. I feel like they belong in God of War or something. I have no hatred towards those new Tag Team belts. To be honest, I don't feel like getting any Tag Team belts because why would I? It will only feel right if I got two and gave one to my brother or a best friend. Mostly my brother because it was his idea, but I don't know. Which Tag Team belts would you guys recommend I get? My favorite personally would be the ECW because those Tag Team belts were beautiful. Or the original WWF. But for now, I'm good. Nice and plate on this baby. You know, there have been some people to Photoshop this belt with different colors. Honestly, they made it gold and silver, and they put the red lettering all over this thing right here, and it looked beautiful, completely. My opinion why this belt was chosen to be silver was, this might sound stupid, but let's think about it. The WWE Championship spinner is silver and gold. The World Heavyweight Championship is just gold. So Thinking about it for a second, that's probably the reason why this belt, which was the third belt, the third main belt of WWE, chose to be silver to kind of even things out. I don't know, sound right? Probably a stupid opinion. It's my opinion, but that's the way I feel. But this belt did receive a lot of hatred for the fact that it was silver and not gold, whereas every ECW championship before it was gold. The only belt that I've not seen that has been made a real handmade version of or replica of is the very first ECW championship belt, which was not really all that great of a design, but people didn't care. They fell in love with it just because it represented the Extreme Era, represented the beginning of it, represented some of the most hype matches, and it disappeared right before the Barely Legal pay-per-view, as far as I know. The very first Barely Legal, you didn't see that belt no more. You saw the new one. Then you see the Classic, or the Taz one that came out before that, I'm not sure. I have to check. And you see the 2007, which is the Classic, and the Taz just changed to a different color. Then you see this baby, which shut it all down. I got this baby from WrestlingSuperstore.com for $200, $14 shipping. But I have a huge problem, though, with Wrestling Superstore because even though this has been soft and I got this belt, I paid for an adult size. They sent me a kid size. I called them and told them, listen, you guys send me a kid. I paid for an adult, or it's the 214 for a kid. Did you guys raise the prices? They're like, no. I apologize. I can't believe that our warehouse made that big of a mistake. How could they? I mean, it clearly says adult size right here in your order, and you got a kid size. So here's what you do. Send the belt back to us, and we'll send you the right belt. Now, I'm okay with that. It's just that I didn't hear from the guy, we'll refund your shipping because it seems you're personally the customer has to pay to send this belt back to get the right size. And that's the only thing that pissed me off, and that's the complaint I had about them. Mistakes happen. I understand I got the wrong belt, and they fixed it and they sent me the right one. But did I honestly have to pay for the return shipping? Couldn't they have refunded me my shipping? Wouldn't that have made things fair? I mean, they're the ones that messed up. Ever since then, I haven't bought from them since. I've been getting my belts from eBay or AJS Belts. But oh well, enough about that. It's done is done. Problem's fixed. I may have paid a little extra more in shipping, but at least I got my adult size. The last holder of this belt was Ezekiel Jackson, which in my opinion was a huge mistake. I felt Christian should have shut this belt down because he's the one that busted his ass for it. Either that or an ECW original. Maybe Terry Funk should have just came in and beat Christian and just been the last ECW champion. Or funny thing, they would have done something really stupid, make Paul Heyman make the champion. You know what I mean? That would have been the dumbest thing in history. But hey, Paul Heyman, even though he had bad ties with WWE, for them firing him after the December to Dismember pay-per-view, he would have probably been the right person to hold this last belt. Either that or Shane Douglas, first ECW champion and the last. But what's done is done. ECW is gone. WWE, I recommend you release more DVDs of the classic ECW. You're showcasing WCW now, and I thank you for that. I love the Monday Night Show DVD, but please bring more classic ECW to DVD. Bring both, okay? Bring both. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. More ECW DVDs on the classic ECW. I love that, especially history of the ECW Championship. You guys already did with WCW. Monday Night Show DVD, awesome. Love it. Get it. If you see it on Netflix streaming, it's not the whole thing. They cut like half of it off. You're better off buying the box set. ECW, I'll wait for more DVDs. Hopefully WWE does something. And no, I don't mean a DVD about the new one. Not unless you guys decide to make it the history of the ECW Championship. Or just make a box set called History of the ECW Championships and showcase the classic ECW completely. Alright guys, I highly recommend this belt. It's very cheap right now. Even the Ultra Deluxe is cheap, and the Ultra Deluxe is 6mm thick plate, so it's going to be fatter than this, and it's going to be heavier. So I still recommend this one though, because the 6mm is going to be very heavy. Not as heavy as the spinner, but trust me, this belt, as fat as it is, it's heavy as hell. But I highly recommend it, guys. Alright, take care.